Hi, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a meeting where there is a decision that needed to be made, and after a few facts have been exchanged, a decision is required? Yet you don't feel right about the decision. Something just doesn't add up. Or perhaps you have doubts or you see risks. Yet nobody else is speaking up. No one has questioned the decision. No one has asked for additional information. Yet these are all the things that are coming up for you. But because nobody has asked anything or said anything, you start to doubt your questions. You start to doubt your position. Should I be asking anything? Maybe they're all seeing something that perhaps I'm not. Maybe they're seeing into the future, or maybe the things I'm thinking about are just overthinking. Clearly, if I'm standing out, it's probably not for a good reason. And so you don't say anything. You don't ask the questions that come up for you. You don't seek out further information, and you just go ahead with the decision. And you fast track that decision and you realize that you were right. You realize that the questions you had actually did result in risks. And had you have asked them when you had that opportunity, you probably would have improved the success of your project. So what do? You probably beat yourself up, and the next time either you get trigger happy and you jump in before you're even invited to, or you just perpetuate that feeling and you still don't ask the question. Either way, it's not a good outcome. Leaving that situation with words unsaid does not result in a good outcome, and it certainly doesn't result in success. And what it does is it just impacts your confidence, but it also doesn't give people an opportunity to have an open discussion about something that perhaps you're seeing, which is a genuine concern. But I want to tell you that you are certainly not alone in this feeling. It certainly happened to me several times in my career, and it happens to the best of us. But what can we do about them? Does it have to be hard? Do we need to do a course? Do we need to have years of training? Or perhaps we need to be more senior? Well, none of these things need to happen. I mean, you can do a training course if you really wanted to. But the thing is that it's actually easy to speak up if you have set yourself up to succeed in that way. And that is exactly what I want to spend an hour with you to discuss. On the 9th of December, I will have a 1-hour webinar where I will explain to you why we doubt ourselves, why we lose our confidence, and why we cannot find our voice to speak up on a project. They are common concerns. They are things that happen to the best of us. But the good news is that you can change them, and you can change them at any time. You can change them regardless of the role you play. You can change them regardless of how senior you are, and you can change them regardless of whether you're working on your own or in a team. But they are important to implement, because when you don't, not only are you letting yourself and your confidence down, but you're letting your team down, you're letting down your stakeholders, and you're letting down your management as well as your commitments. So on the 9th of December, I will go through why these things happen, and then I will give you my strategies, things that have worked for me as to how to speak up, how you can do that with your managers, how you can do that with your stakeholders, and how you can do it with your team. And they are strategies that are fairly simple to implement. I will also provide you with some resources which will help you to determine how confident are you? How do you rate in comparison to other project teams? And then I will also give you some checklists as to what it is that you can do to cement the conversation we have during the webinar, after the webinar, so that you can make sure you can not only implement these changes, but you can make them long-lasting changes for you and for your team. Because it only takes one person to speak up and find their confidence to lead the others to do exactly the same thing. And for saying thank you for joining me, I would also love to give you a gift. Now, this part will remain a secret until after the webinar. But if you can join me, I would love to have your company. It will be an open and interactive session, so you can absolutely, and you will be encouraged to ask questions. But if you can't join me, I would still love you to register, because I will send you a copy of the recording as well as all the material that I will share with those who can attend. And the thing is that I'm doing this because I'm truly confident that these strategies will work for anybody. They will work for you when you're on a project. They will work for you even if you're not on a project, and they will certainly work for you irrespective of your role or your seniority. So if you can attend, or if you would love the recording, please register now so that I can get busy and then send you the links, and I can send you all of the materials you'll need to be able to succeed. Thank you for watching.